Hello everyone, this is Mumbo and welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft server. It's episode 95, which is actually fairly fitting because I was born in 1995 and today is my birthday. I'm actually recording this video on my birthday. It is going to be releasing on my birthday as well, Friday, December the 1st. So if you wouldn't mind heading down to the comment section and wishing me a happy birthday, that really would mean a lot to me. But today we're going to be doing a bit of a birthday special episode. You guys know that I occasionally like to do this sort of thing. I don't know if I did it in Hermitcraft Series 4. Did I do it in Hermitcraft Series 4? I definitely did it in Hermitcraft Series 3, I think. I'm fairly certain I covered the balloon. Yeah, I covered the balloon with presents and everything like that. So we definitely did that. But this year, we are going to be taking it up a notch. We are going to be doing a serious birthday build that is going to involve... Well, actually, it's going to involve quite a lot of resources. I hadn't really thought this through. So my plan for today's Hermitcraft episode is to build an enormous birthday cake, a big community birthday cake that doesn't serve me any purpose. It actually serves the Hermits a bit of a purpose. They are going to be able to go to this birthday cake and there is going to be presents inside for them. Because, you know, I have a lot of stuff on the Hermitcraft server, fairly happy with all the things I've got. I don't need presents from any of the other Hermits. I actually want to give things away. So we're going to fill up the birthday cake with tons of stuff for them. Oh, I've just gone halfway through to the maze biome and then realised that actually I should really repair my pickaxe. This isn't going to be a very long mining session if I don't have that. But anyway, that's now all been repaired and we've come back to the maze biome and I'm now in the process of picking up a whole bunch of this stuff because of course, well, this cake is going to be made out of hardened clay, I think, for the most part. Maybe a little bit of concrete, but I think 90% of it is probably going to be hardened clay because the base of a cake looks like this, I think. And then we have the white icing and all the other bits and pieces on top. So maybe just some red concrete for the cherries. We're going to have cherries on it. I mean, it would be a good cake without cherries. I think that should just about do it. One full inventory of terracotta. All mined without a beacon. You can see this. This is the zone that I've wiped out. I'll be honest, it doesn't look that impressive. Lots of mobs have been spawning as well. It's been a little bit dangerous. But there it is. You can see there's loads of little cutouts inside this area. This is the only maze biome that we have nearby. It's next to the NHO jungle. And everyone just comes here and just takes chunks out of it. That's kind of how it goes. Anyway, there's my nether portal. Let's make our way back to the base and start working out where we're actually going to put this thing. So with the terracotta part done, we now need to do the icing. And I'm thinking, I mean, we have got so much string from the mob farm. I think we've got like a good few double chests of it. I think it would be foolish of me not to just use tons upon tons of white wool. And for the cherries, as I said earlier on, we are going to have red hardened concrete, which, well, this isn't the way that I was planning on doing it, but it certainly works. For those of you who are telling me to make a concrete maker, like a redstone concrete maker, this is the fastest way to do it. There's no point in getting redstone involved. Just hold right click, left click, offhand, on hand. It does the trick. Resource gathering is almost complete. There's just one more piece to the puzzle, which is all of these yellow flowers here. Now, I was looking around for sunflowers for quite some time, because obviously you can just hold down the right click button on those with some bone meal, and then you get tons upon tons of the stuff. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to find them. I have no clue. I have no clue what biome sunflowers actually pop up in. No, I can't think of it. I was originally going to say that weird part of the swamp, but that's definitely blue flowers. I don't know, let me know down in the comment section, that would really help me out. There are not many yellow flowers around here. I'm seriously struggling. Now, I've kind of been looking around for places that I can actually go to build this thing in this area here. And originally I was going to build it somewhere around the center, but I don't really know if they're going to want to do some building, so I don't want to get in the way of any projects that anyone has lined up. And I know for a fact, because I have been informed, that this thing is out of the reach. They actually don't want me to take it down. It's staying here for the time being, so that means that this place is pretty safe. So what I thought we could do is almost take the outline of the dirt hut and construct the cake on top of it. So the dirt hut is going to be encased inside a cake. I'm almost a little bit jealous of the dirt hut. I'd quite like to be encased inside a cake. That'd be lovely. Now, as you can probably tell from this wall, this is going to be a big cake. This is going to be a really big cake. I hadn't actually thought. You know, I always go into projects and I'm like, yeah, this one's going to be a chilled out one. I'm going to chill out, just make a cake. How hard can it be? I'm building like a gigantic skyscraper of a cake. This thing's going to be huge. It's going to have multiple layers, by the way. We're going to have like, it's almost going to be like a pillar cake or one of those cakes, the ones that go up. That's kind of the plan. Yep, this definitely seems like a dangerous place to be building a cake. Oh my word, I've fallen inside. And where are my firework rockets? Anyway, as you can see, we are making good progress. We're almost at the end. I thought I was a goner then. That was very close. If anyone had got a hit on me then, I would have been dead. Okay, despite my near-death experience, I have gathered up a little bit more orange hardened clay because, believe it or not, I still ran out of dye, and we have managed to do this full ring. So that should give you a rough idea of the scale of this cake. This is going to be one big cake. And it's quite a cool shape as well. I was originally going to do it all the way around this thing, but this is more of a kidney bean kind of shape, and I didn't want to have a kidney bean shaped cake. So instead, I've gone for a slightly more circular one. It's like a natural circle, an organic circular cake. Now we have to put the icing on, which is actually going to be quite tricky because I want it to stick out by one extra block, and it's going to go up like this and probably go up to about here, maybe? Yeah, I'd say here's pretty good. Now I gotta say, I'm curious. I am curious to see what this looks like. We're around about halfway done. And let's see. Oh, that does look pretty good. That does look actually quite cool. Nice. I might make it a tiny bit taller, but yeah, that's not bad. I think the ratio of bread to icing isn't quite right at this point in time. I think we need to extend that up just a tiny bit. Yeah, maybe 2 or 3 blocks extra. I don't know how much wool this is going to use. This is going to use tons. That is much better. This thing's going to be like a palace. Okay, right, let's cover this over. I'm going to probably knock it back maybe, I don't know, 1, 2, so that's 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks back. Maybe 7, and then this is where we're going to start the second ring of cake. And that's just going to make its way up like this, and it's going to be a pretty similar shape. And then eventually, this thing's going to be so tall. Oh, what a ridiculous build. I think that should be the second layer mapped out. Fairly certain. So we've mapped out all of the blocks there. This is how the actual area is going to be going. So I've quickly got to fill this in. And as I'm sure you can guess, this is where the cherries are. This is like, that's like probably about the 15th, maybe 20th time I've done that. I think my shift key might have stopped working. I spilt a drink all over my keyboard the other day. It was a painful moment. It was almost as if I poured the drink actually onto the keyboard. You know, when you just watch it all just seep in between the keys. And I think it might have fried some of the circuit board because my shift key and my alt key just seem to be really, really unpredictable at this point in time. What on earth does that mean? What is the pink death? Collect wool until you die. I don't think I've died yet. Layer number 2 is now almost completed. So we have got that wrapping around there. I would say this one should go up about this high. And that should do us. Everything is roughly the same height. That's all looking good. Right, let's take a look once again. Nice! Oh, it's such a massive cake. What a beastly build. This thing's huge. Oh, we've still got another one to go. I'd say 3 layers is good enough, but first we have to do the icing. And I'm going to go to sleep because there are arrows flying at me. I just flew alongside an arrow. This is terrifying stuff. Are you serious? We're out of... Good. I was going to say, I swear I picked up a full inventory of the stuff again. This is what it looks like. Yeah, not bad. This thing is looking epic. It's taken a long old time to build, and it's taken a lot of resources, and it's also going to take a long time to take down. I hadn't really thought of that, but look at the size of it. Oh, okay, so we have got the second layer. That's all done now, and it is looking fantastic, if I do say so myself. The sun is setting once again, so that means that this place is going to become deadly once again as well. But now we are going to start work on the third tier, and that's just going to be a little small one right here. Then we can start work on adding in the cherries and start adding in the surprises and maybe some other bits and pieces as well. We'll have to wait and see. I would say a good proportion of today's recording time has been spent hunting these things. Just trying to hunt down the yellow flowers so that I can actually turn them into hardened clay. You don't even need that many of them. I don't need a ridiculous number. They just seem to be spread out everywhere. Where on earth have they gone now? Anyway, I managed to gather up enough to do all of the orange hardened clay there, and I've also taken it a step further and done all of the white wool up at the top. So this is it. This is pretty much going to show us what this thing looks like in its final form, minus cherries. Oh, what a stupid build. I do feel a bit bad because obviously Scar's got like the insane community builds area. There's beautiful, absolutely stunning underneath this ground here. And then you just have an idiot like me that comes along and builds a giant pillar cake. Is it called a pillar cake or is it a layer cake? Honestly, I'm not 100% certain, but whatever it is. It's quite something. Quite something. Awesome. Well, you know what? I'm actually pretty happy with this thing though, because it looks like a cake. I've said this many times in my episodes. I often struggle with building things that should look like something from real life. Okay, it's just something that I really struggle with. I struggled with it in the build swap that I did with Grian yesterday, which if you haven't seen that, you should definitely check that out. I struggle with a lot of that sort of thing. I just can't transfer the image that I have in my brain of something in real life into Minecraft. It just doesn't translate. It doesn't tend to. But this has gone quite well. This has gone really quite well. Okay, I'm gonna stop chatting on. I'm gonna stop talking. I'm going to chuck all of the wool on the top layer, and then as I say, yeah, doing all the cherries. I've run out of wool again. Again, that's like the fourth, maybe fifth time. Now the question is, how big should these cherries be? Are they going to be like this sort of size? That's like an apple. I think that might be too big of a cherry. Yeah, that looks like a pimple. That looks like a pimple on the face of the cake. Okay, definitely not looking like that. That's for sure. I think just maybe one block. Just little one block cherries dotted around, and maybe the hermits have to hunt for one, then as soon as they find a prize, that's when they stop, I'm guessing. Could that be a good idea? Oh my word, that looks delicious! That looks delicious! That looks like I could eat that right now. I could eat that right now. Alright, okay, well, I guess that solves that one then. Really nice and simple. And as I say, the hermit will just have to hunt through all of the cherries and wait until they actually find the correct chest. I feel like we should do something on the top. We can't just have cherries on every level. I think I need to get some fire involved. I think I need some candles and things. Yeah, let's quickly pop back and get some of that. Lend themselves to being candles. I don't know, maybe I'm going crazy here. Oh, there are so many different kinds. We could have... Okay, terracotta in general just lends itself to being a candle. I feel like we should just add them dotted around. Maybe create... No, I don't think 22 of them is necessary, really. That might be overkill a little bit. Ooh. This is quite the selection we have here. My computer is super struggling right now because I've got two versions of Minecraft running at the same time. And also, I have a video rendering Premiere Pro, the Minecraft video, and a video rendering from DaVinci Resolve, which is the latest video on the filming channel. Oh my word, it's crazy. I can hear it. It sounds like a jet engine out in the room. Now the question is, does this look good? That is the question. And I'm assuming a no. But I'm hoping for a yes. And it does! Totally was not expecting that to look good, but it does. Apparently I'm only 7 years old, which I'd say is accurate if we're just taking into account my brain. But still, that is actually quite good. Okay, we can't have that colour. I would say dark blue. I would say it's safe to have another dark blue right there. That looks balanced. This looks fantastic. I'm very, very happy. I can't believe my birthday cake has actually played off so well. Okay, right, let's get, I'd say maybe 15 chests, and then just put some stuff in them, some presents and things for the hermits, and they can have fun with it. So I would say, one of the prizes, or one of the presents, I suppose, for one of the hermits should be 8 diamonds, I think maybe an elytra, that's probably not too bad. 64 iron, that's probably a good way to go. Golden apple, that's not too bad. I'm refraining from giving out a beacon. There's got to be other things that I can give. There's tons of different things that I can give. Maybe a dragon head? Dragon head's pretty cool. I always like getting a dragon head. I'll take a look around the base, see what I've got. I'd say those are pretty good. I've got 12 in total, so we've got 8 diamonds and an elytra, 64 iron, 1 golden apple, 1 dragon head, 1 squid head, 8 emerald blocks, 64 sea lanterns, 16 blocks of irons, 3 stacks of glass, 64 blocks of redstone, and 3 wither skeleton skulls. That should be it. So I have got to put those in each one of the individual chests underneath the cherries, and then we've got to give instructions to all of the hermits. That is one project pretty much almost completed, and it has gone so much better than I expected. Honestly, so much better. And this should just about do it. So this is the final chest, the final prize going in, and I've just thought, that's a pretty good prize. I am not going to show you where I've placed that, just in case any hermits are watching. So there we go, my cake is loaded up with presents. Let all your favourite hermits know that they can pop on over and take a look through my cherries and essentially try and find a good surprise inside this thing. You know, I should probably put some chests down. I should probably put some chests down just to explain on location what they actually have to do. And I'm fairly certain, surely, I mean, I can make something out of this. This place is so deadly, and I really didn't want to kill those cats. I think this should cover it, so replace all cherries to keep it interesting. Mumbo. Okay, today is my 22nd birthday. There are presents for you hidden under the cherries in my cake. Only 1 present per herm. Replace all cherries to keep it interesting. Mumbo. Awesome. Okay, that is that project. All done, completed, finished. As I say, let the hermits know. They can take a look at the cake, see it in all of its glory, and of course, get themselves some really nice presents. So I thought, just to round things up in today's Hermitcraft episode, I would do a wood farm and talk, where my little Minecraft guy does some wood farming, while I, in the studio, do a little bit of talking. Because, as I say, I'm 22 years old today, and whenever it comes around to my birthday, I like to kind of take the opportunity to reflect. You know, the birthday is a very good milestone to look back over the past year and see what you've done and maybe see what you could do better. I know that sounds, I'm not this analytical, okay? This sounds like I'm going for goals and it's like, oh, last year I did this, now I'm going to change myself and do this. That's not what I'm really doing, but it's just interesting for me to see how my life has changed over the past year, because generally, you know, I like to mix things up. I like to make sure that I'm still moving and I'm still doing new things and I'm keeping things fresh and still enjoying myself and everything. And I have to say, 2017 and this past year, 21 to 22, has been really incredible for me. Like, it's been seriously interesting. So many interesting things have happened. We've had huge growth on the Minecraft channel. It's been the best year ever in terms of YouTube, in terms of the number of views that we've got, in terms of the number of new subscribers. I mean, it's crazy to think. Okay, there's 2 crazy things here. Number 1 is that in 2016, so last year, I hit 1 million subscribers. Now we are approaching 2 million. We're on 1.93 million. So that's insane. The fact that I have almost gained 1 million subscribers in the space of a year is completely bonkers to me. Okay, that's mad. But the other thing that's crazy is that it's 1.93 million people. Like, it's really difficult. And I know you will hear this from pretty much every single YouTuber that you watch. When they talk about their subscribers, they say, oh, it's really difficult to imagine X amount of subscribers. But it is. Okay, seriously. When I look at 1.93 million, it's quite difficult to think of it as people. Like, I couldn't imagine. That's an unfathomable number. And the only time that you really get the human aspect is actually when you meet them in person. At things like the Minecon that we recently did in London, the Insomnias and everything like that. That's the only time when you really see the human aspect of that subscriber count. And when you actually take a minute and think about the fact that that is 1.93 million individuals, I mean, it's crazy. It almost makes me nervous to record videos because I'm like, well, there's 1.93 million people sat there watching. I best do a really good job. But aside from that, I've kind of got sidetracked. As I say, this year has been crazy in terms of the Minecraft channel, obviously the filming channel as well. I know I talk about that quite a lot, but that's been a new element to my life really it's just been another thread to my bow. It's another thing that I've picked up on and I've really enjoyed, and I feel like I've progressed quite a bit in this year, and I've learned a whole bunch of new skills that I'd never really thought about before. I'd never thought about the whole process of making high quality video content, and it's something that I've really enjoyed developing and learning, and it's definitely something that I'm going to be working on in the future, so you can look forward to that sort of thing happening in 2018. Anyway, I don't know where this has gone, I don't know where this talk has gone, it's kind of been a bit of a ramble, but I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed the entire Hermitcraft episode, and I'm really looking forward to the next year, and I'm sure we'll have the same rambly chat by the time I reach the age of 23, which, by the way, seems really, really old to me. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, if you did enjoy this video, please drop that like button, and if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.